Hello, lovely people, and a very, very happy Tuesday to you, my friends. Hello and welcome. I am Dissimless, and we have been running a little bit late today. Sorry about that. But as usual, we'll stay a little bit later to compensate. How are we all doing? I hope you've had a wonderful... where are we at now? It's barely been a week. I hope you've had a wonderful start to your week. And hello, my son, Eisen. How are you doing? If I had $1 for every time I'd adopted a son on the internet, I'd have $2. Not a lot, but I'm thrilled that it happened twice. Right. Cool. Didn't even get my drink ready, and you've got to hydrate and all that. Otherwise, something's going wrong. Okay. Sippy cup, exactly. Can't complain. Good. Good. I mean, you can complain if you want to. You don't feel like I'm banning complaining. Of course I am, but you don't have to feel like it. All right, my friends. Today, we are going to be doing a little bit of Warhammer painting. We are going to be painting up our combat engineers from the Death Corps of Krieg. Do you know what my shirt says? Oh, it's the very fitting today, considering how tired I am. It's the Windows has stopped working screen, but instead of Windows has stopped working, it says my brain has stopped working, which is a little bit of false advertising, I must admit. It implies I had a brain in the first place. I don't, strictly speaking. Right, droid cam I think is the one we were using, right? Right, maybe, guess we'll see. Yeah, I think it is. So I'm gonna have to open that. Ooh. Missing a little bit of my tripod. And I don't mean that as a double entendre before somebody makes a funny joke. Huh. Well, I mean, thankfully, Polar is fucking good at what she does, which means the tripod still works. But I am going to have to find that missing part at some point. Right. Oh, okay. App stopped responding. That's good. There we go. Nice. Last stream, you wanted to tell me something. Jog my memory, friend, because, as you know, it needs it. All right. So I've done a little bit of work on these fellas while I was off stream. I did a little bit last night. Right, let's... Okay, I'm gonna have to move the Baneblade. Hi. Oh, comes with a free Sigmarine. Right. Yes, and yes, I'm still working on my Baneblade. Yes, it's still at the awkward 90% finished stage where a lot of my models get to. That's why I'm making sure these guys don't. Something like, I need to tell you something, but not now because tired. That sounds like something we would agree to. Yo, 125 stream streak from the Fox. Fantastic. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Thank yous very much. Right. There we go. Oh no, one of my fellas fell over. As you can see, I think I can zoom in on this one. It's so much better. Oh, yes, but only on the middle. So. There we go. Right. Alright, that kind of works. Despite the fact that a bit of the... It's not the whole thing. I've just lost the locking mechanism. It will probably show up. Probably. Forever you top simp. Me top simp, yes, yes. Alright. So as you can see, we have got the fellas coming on in. So, since last time, we've finished the camouflage. And then what we've done is we've done a camouflage shade over the top to basically undo the effect of the camouflage, which is kind of working too effectively and is breaking up the model and losing the lovely detail. So that's why you've got these nice sharp creases going on here, because I basically undid my camouflage effectiveness in order to make it still look good as a model. But you've still got all that lovely flex on here, which the camera is sort of picking up, but it is doing a good job of breaking up the model. We've then dry brushed some metals. I was doing that yesterday. So metal over all of the armor plates. And then I've gone over with a contrast paint to get certain details picked out in this nice bronze. You're simping for Sekhmet. Sekhmet sounds familiar, but I'm having a half asleep moment. You're going to have to tell me who Sekhmet is. All right. So, I'm kind of just going to, first of all, go over all of these metallic details that I'm not quite done with. I think they just need a little more contrast to really pop. So contrast paints are a strong color, but they show whatever's underneath. So the fact I've done it over metal means that it already looks metallic. See, it's shining just as much as what's next to it. But it's got a nice bronze on it. Your last word, you hatched like 15 Bella Noir Liberos. They were all female. Let's play through the first one you get as male. All right, so you need to use the global power box to share. Where's my girly man flesh? There we go. So yeah, contrast Gulliman flesh turns out is really nice at putting over metal to make a nice bronze. So I'm doing that on all the skulls on the guns, and I'm doing it on the Aquilas on the helmets. And I'll be real, that's... too small a brush for what I'm doing. It's one of Polar's really nice high detail ones. That's overkill for what I'm doing. That one's probably about right. Bella Noir Libero is one of the coolest pals in the game. I don't know if I have seen it. Doesn't ring a bell. So I guess not. I guess I've got to keep playing until I do. Alright. I don't know if he's around. But the lovely man that showed me how to do this. It's my friend Bull. It's a raid only pal. Right, I wouldn't have done that. I basically made my raid base. Oh yeah, I got loads of fragments for Bella Noir. Now that you mention it. I thought it looked familiar, but I couldn't visualize it. That will be why. Yes, I had fragments for both. I mean, I'm not abandoning my solo playthrough. I am going to go back to it. But I want to explore the low-level stuff with you guys. Speaking of, do me a solid, Eisen. Would you mind sliding into my DMs to remind me to put up a poll for when we're playing Power World on Sunday, if you guys are around? Okay, it gives you that really kind of cool tattered brass effect. Brassy bronze. Which I think works really nicely for the Krieg kind of trench vibe. Look at the hilt on that sword now. That was just contrast paint over the same metal effect. Yo, Zana! How we doing? How's it going, my lovely? If you ever unlock the stuff, go scavenging with a Max Gelroy. Gets been saying the OP loot for it. Oh, okay, good to know. When Sora says hi, he's secondhand listening. Oh, bless him. Hello to him. Never mind sliding in my DMs, daddy. Oh, stop it, my son. Don't stop it. Dare I tell you to stop it and mean it? Well, kill me for I have no joy in life. We are doing funky fuckery with contrast paints today, my friends. Not typing much today, your wrist still hurts. Yours does too. What? Okay, I could make a joke. There's a really easy joke here. I'm not even going to make the joke. It's too fucking easy. But you both know the joke. And I expect a well done dissy in chat for me to not for me not making that joke. My maturity should be commended and applauded. Yeah, look at that bronze. That bronzy kind of bleh. And it's so easy because you only have to do the texture once. Oh, I fucking love contrast paints. I still need to paint his backpack. So that's the sergeant. Then we've got the radio operator, who is controlling the remote-controlled mine. Which I still love is a thing. Need more flame organs. Yeah. The joke's too easy, Eisen. The joke is too easy. The joke is too easy. Right, I'm going to give the antenna that kind of vibe as well. I'm too easy. Yeah, I am. Never mind. Got an awesome idea. Someone else. And now your wrist has support. Nice. What did you do to your wrist? For real. I'm not going to make the joke. I'm a mature 12-year-old boy. So I am not going to make the joke that I want to make. Because the voice in my head hates fun. So tell me, what did you guys do to your wrists? All right, fine. You've both been having an online wankathon. There. Are we happy now? Did that feel good? Is that what you wanted? I hope you enjoyed your mutual gooning session. You degenerates. You did it to me. Ooh, majesty. Thank you very much. We did? Why did no one tell me? Oh, no. No. Pursuit down that line of... No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. No. And we've got this fella who has the Flammenwerfer. Which I'm going to have a lot of fun doing the burn bits from. I need to remember... Polar Fox! You lovely lady. For your flamer technique. I'm not gooning. They're the ones gooning to me. I'm just the gooner bait. I was only present in spirit at the virtual wankathon. A thing that I'm not going to say again. Maybe. It's so tiny and hard to find. And in a small dark space. Yeah. I'm trying to reach his badge that's tucked under his gum. Me, the biggest dissy gooner, was not invited. Yeah, wow! What the hell? Either emoted and or gamed too much, or slept while overstretching it. Maybe a bit of all. Plus my online image as well, you know. Who can blame you? You're only human. I am greatly flattered. Tuesdays always get weird when you two come in, and I love it. So, remember what we did with Slap Chop before? We are now doing that, but the Slap Chop, instead of using just white, we've done silver. So then, when we put a contrast over it, it makes it different colours of metal-y. So we're getting these fully layered bronzy bits on the Kriegsman. Takes a couple of layers, but they look really nice. So this fella's running with a grenade launcher. Puny human. You now have a 4-star flambelle with level 6 ranching, lucky arts on work intern, and serious. Yeah, that should give you enough organs. And finally, the most important one. This is going to be my Dark Heresy character. Can you hear this image? It should sound like bang! Because he has a chainsword and a shotgun. So, technically the model is a grenade launcher, but in the Dark Heresy, I'm playing it as a shotgun, and this looks pretty close to a big shotgun. Just a massive bore shotgun, especially when for his profile picture that I'm going to be using for the game is going to be this. He's going to look fine. Exactly what you thought it sounded like. Fantastic! Then you've got good imagination, and I applaud you. So this fella is a member of the Death Corps of Krieg. They all are. Who I have spoken about the history of before, but if anyone has forgotten or wasn't there before, let me know. I'm always happy to chat about the Death Corps. They are probably my favourite sub-faction of Warhammer 40,000. They're French. Please tell, we love the lore stories. Ah, all right then. Very well. Gather around, children, and I shall tell you about the Death Corps of Krieg. So, for those of you vaguely familiar with the German language or history, already knew that with a weird idea of plague masks. They do wear gas masks, yes, and they wear them at all times. And some of them never take them off at all. There is a reason for that. So for those of you familiar with German or history or both, you will know that the word Krieg is German for war. And their planet is literally named Krieg. Their planet is called War. Very creative. You're no good at German language. Yeah, of course you're not, Eisen. You don't have a fucking clue. That's why I'll teach you. Don't worry. For those who don't know, that's funny because Eisen is German. Makes eating a tad bit difficult. Thus, they don't live very long. They don't live very long, that's true. But not for starvation. So, like, they might take them off to eat in private, but when they're around others, they will not. A lot of them. Now, that's kind of personal preference. Not all of them are the same. So, their planet, a few thousand years ago, decided that they were going to rebel. We say modern Mando, as if they're not from, like, the 41st millennium. It's not exactly modern, but I get you. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Just got 2 lumbering books from 1 salvage. That's nice. So these fellas were on a planet called Krieg that decided it was going to rebel. They didn't want to pay what is called the Imperial Tithes. Now, the Imperial Tithes basically state that every planet has to send a number of people proportional to its population to serve in the Imperial Guard, the Astra Militarum. That's essentially your general purpose army. Now, Krieg did a little rebellion and said, nope, we don't want to do it. And there was kind of a civil war over this, with the independents wanting to be independent from the Empire. Roman tax in Warhammer space, exactly. For the Emperor, of course. Now, a lot of them didn't want to, and wanted to be independent, but a lot of them remained loyal. And so the Imperium responded in the most Imperium manner that they possibly could, and they went, well, figure it out. Let us know who wins. If the loyalists win, cool, we'll expect our tithes, please, thanks. If the rebels win, great, fantastic, good for you. We'll come and glass your entire planet. So let us know. So they didn't finish this quickly. It took a couple of 100 years. This became a full-blown civil war. It went nuclear. Yes, an exterminatus order. That is what it's called when they decide that a planet just isn't going to exist anymore. They literally use horrible weapons to tear the entire planet apart. And that's what they threatened to do if the rebels won. So hundreds of years of civil war. They went nuclear. The planet is now completely inhospitable. If you're leaving outside of a bunker, you have to wear a pretty little gas mask like the one that this half-painted sergeant is very, very prettily modelling for me. Isn't he great? So, planet's kind of fucked. But the loyalists won. They didn't quite exterminatus themselves because they still existed. If it was an exterminatus, there would be no one left on the planet. You can still live there, just not outside of the bunkers. It's basically a racist tax. Based less of race and more on Roman or not. Original moment and thus taken country. Pay extra tax. Yeah, I mean, if you've done something to... It's kind of assumed that all human colonies should be imperial. And if they're not, they will be made to be imperial. Or they will be, you know, nuked. If the planet ripped apart. Or just taken by force. Either way, it won't be tolerated kindly. You don't want to live on Terra. You definitely don't. Extra tax. So the extra tax thing was kind of enforced by Krieg themselves. Once the loyalists won, they were very, very ashamed of what their ancestors had done. Because by this point, the people who made the original decision were long dead. But they're like, all the thousands of years by this point of us not paying tithes to the Civil War, how long have we not been contributing to the Emperor's war effort? And we're good soldiers. Like, we're bred for it on this planet. We could have made the world of difference, and we didn't. So they feel very guilty about that. Which is why a lot of them don't take their masks off. Because it's kind of part of their shame. Bless them, they're guilty. Yo, Ravik, what's up, my dick cheese? I'll serve you some on a cracker. How's it going? That was unhinged. So that's kind of the origin of these guys. What did I need? I needed a black. German Shane built into it. Makes sense for the name and all. Yeah, so they're kind of like a weird mix. They're vibes, as you can tell. So I'm painting mine in a different scheme. Normally... Actually, let me show you how these normally look. About to log into Dark Tide and saw this on your feed. Yo! Meant to be. I'll show you how the guys are meant to look. Well, I say meant to look. They're Warhammer. You can paint them however you look. However you look. However you like. So, Deathcore of Krieg, more traditionally, look like this. So they've got the kind of... And as soon as you see them like this, yeah, you immediately think French World War I. They've got that sort of grey-blue, off-blue-grey paint scheme. So they're looking pretty. But I paint mine in Inflecton, which is a German camouflage. But they've got a little bit of everything. They've got the French general vibe, but they've also got a lot of German to them, especially with the name being literally Krieg. A lot of their helmets have the classic sort of spike on them as well, so they look very German. But they've also got the cavalry vibe, because they've got their own cavalry regiments as well. Oop, not that one, that's me. I'm not a cavalry regiment. Oh, I'd like to be. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't last very long. But here's one I painted earlier. Well, glued. He's not built yet. So you've really got, like, the three major players of World War I kind of tied in. Do I touch myself? Yes, I do. Don't tell me what I think. You should think that. I've told you this before. All right. Let's get these lovely masks painted up. So, I'm going to go for like a... I think I'm going to go for like the grey rubber vibe for these fellas. And then the mask, I'm thinking this kind of Gulliman flesh, but I did a tester on this guy. Just see how it looked over white. Yeah. This kind of horrible tan colour, which is the exact kind of colour it should be for the tubes. But because I've already got some black on the tubes, rather than paint them perfect white and then shade and then... No, I'm going to slap chop. Oh, actually, am I? Is that more effort? That is more effort. I'm just going to use a fucking shade paint. What did I say? I don't remember. Why should I remember? Yes, everyone agrees, Eisen. You are lovely. Be nice to yourself, or I will come over there and I will do things. Right. Where's my paint tray? I've not been using one yet. I did have it. Oh. Why wouldn't it be there? Also, we started yet another project before we finished one. Yeah, we're playing Kill Team now. I've got some Cadians as well. Kaskren squad. I gave this girl a huge pistol and the most cool girly pop face that I could find. She also has a chainsword. Totally not Berena, we promise. She's not. So she's chilling. Doesn't have power armor though, unfortunately. What's gone to quotes? No, I missed a few messages because I'm a dumb fuck. Tell the touch yourself story. Oh! Yeah, that is as bad as it sounds. So, I obviously work in a place where Warhammer gets talked about quite a lot. And a customer asked me if I play. And if so, what do I play? So I told them, amongst other things, I play the Deathcore of Krieg. And he just kind of looked at me and went, "Do you touch yourself or something?" And I'm like, huh? I'm sorry? That was a question to ask a store assistant. I looked at him with visible confusion, and he goes, sorry, maybe I'm judging too quickly. What? Why did you choose the Deathcore of Krieg? I'm like, well, love the World War I aesthetic. When in doubt, hit it with shovel. bayonet charge. And they're like, oh, okay, I take it back. You're all right. I'm like, yeah, okay. Now, my only assumption that I can kind of make from this is there are some people on the internet who paint their Death Corps of Krieg to look like a certain period of German history. And yeah, it's what you think, because you know it's pretty easy to make these guys look a little bit a bit Kairatusy, shall we say? A Mr. Nat Z, yes. So maybe this guy had only met people on the internet who were doing that and didn't realize that there are people who, you know, play them as intended. And maybe, I don't know. I was really confused. Like, I was so taken aback, I just laughed when he asked me. So I'm like, what? We need that guy to judge every race you can play. I want to hear what he would say about the Pride Orcs. Pride Orcs are fantastic. Do you know what your Pride Orcs are, Zana? They're not Pride. They are indecisive ADHD Orcs. They knows that the colours is good, but they couldn't decide which one they wanted to stick with. So they tried to use all the colours. They got some blues, so's they's lucky. They's got some reds, so's they's goes faster. Why did those two concepts get matched together? Like what? Which two concepts? I mean, like, to a degree, I guess, minus somewhat. I mean, they wear a camouflage that originated it. Oh, Mr. Nazi players and touching yourself. I don't know. I guess Nazi wankers or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a Nazi. I touch myself, but I'm not a Nazi, so I don't know what the correlation is. I don't know. I just like my guilty little shovel boys. A polite way of saying a wanker, I guess. Yeah, I suppose it is. I guess that technically is it. So what we're doing is we are carefully painting our tube. Ah! And this, my friends, is why you always keep a spare brush handy. To clean up spills. Paint that go where they're not supposed to. Because I don't want to re-dry brush my... Okay, the little bit that I missed, I can make work. That's true. That's true. I wasn't told I was a I don't know. It was a bizarre conversation. It's one of the most bizarre conversations. Made 90 cakes. All right, breeding time. We're talking about Power World. I'm not going to breed him because he made cakes. Although, I've heard worse ideas for a Tuesday night. Rista supported, you've been miserable and limited for 2.5 days, so you're being weird. Aww. Listen, girl, if there was ever a place to be weird, it would be here. Weird is kind of what we do. I'll come breed you, baby. Okay, go on then. Go on then. Because you've been a good boy. Alright. Now, I think I might actually, instead of dry brushing metal for this bit, I might do it straight over for this bit so that it looks different to the one next to it. For the little connector part. Is he breeding twinks in his wife's home? SMH, MH. Someone told you to use the medical wrap thingy. You had a big compressor when you're bleeding with wrap built in, so it supports. Nice. Might even be able to play games. Crazy. Whatever you've done to yourself, I hope you get better soon. Games is indeed good. All right. Let's get these tubes painted. Because of how the contrast works. See how that's kind of shaded itself for me? Just really good. Played for an hour earlier and then used your left hand the whole day. Oh, it's work all left today because it's got a cold here. Your arm don't like that. Oh, crippy bros. Baldur's Gate's not easy with the left hand. Yeah, I suppose it's not. There are definitely worse ones for the left hand though. He's got an extra one round here. Extra tube. You played Space Engineers and left in a brace. Oh yeah, you did. Love Space Engineers. We should go back and finish our save. There we go. Bam. I like that colour for the gas mask hoses. Always play it with only one hand. Oh, whoa. Crippy power. AI cores are the worst thing to craft in the game yet. Mum calls you and her going out the cripple party. Fuck's sake. I love that woman. 2 hands for what? Oh, whoa. Yeah, it looks really gas mask cozy. And because it's a contrast paint and how it goes on, you see how it's kind of already done most of the shading for me? I might slap a shade over it, but I don't know if I need to be honest. Looks really good just over white. See how it looks when it dries. Oh, Polar. Guy needs to get back to the trench. He does. He's trying. He wants to. So yeah, most Kriegers nowadays, because of the whole guilt thing, they kind of have this thing where they assume their life is sort of forfeit. And they just want to die in a way that is as meaningful for the Emperor as possible. Oh yeah, Spoiler, I tried something at work today. So, you know how you didn't like Slapchop because it looks cold because of the grey undertones. So I tried what the internet said about doing it in pink. Can confirm it works really nicely. So if you want a warm tone, try it in pink. I used Emperor's Children. Being creepy and weird, surely not you. Hey, that's fair, Polar. If you don't enjoy it, that's fair. I'm just telling you that I found a way to make it look warmer. There are certain effects that do look really well with that. If you're doing like heat sources, lights, anything like that, they are so good. And I'm a big fan of contrast paints in general. Show you the model when you come in. Yeah, absolutely. I still have it. Oh, he's running. I love this dude so much. This is the guy that's going to be my character for the game. Confused gas mask noises. Oh, damn. There's a part of me that hates myself. I want to try doing a stripe pattern on his chainsword, like hazard stripes. Oh, God, that's such a bad idea. You're so excited to play the AdMech Dissient. Yes. I wanted to do it with contrast paints. But I could freehand it with regular. Fuck, it would look good. No, it would look a little bit, it would look a little bit like the Iron Warriors, actually. That's kind of their thing. And with these ridges, I think it would look better in just, Can you read my White Dwarf? Which one? I mean, either way, yes. I have brought it home. It's in my bag. Unless I took it out. Don't think I did. I think I put it in my bag and forgot it. It's not even been opened yet, so yeah, you can be the first to read it. The yellow and black. It would be fun, but it also wouldn't be very trenchy. Apparently has a few pages dedicated to a super cool army from a guy on Reddit. Oh, nice. Read. The White Dwarf is the monthly Warhammer magazine. And they always have some really cool showcases. And they'll take them from the community as well. They'll show off people's stuff, which is really nice. I mean, the only problem is they're really good at what they do, which is making you want to buy Warhammer. So, Zana, and indeed everyone else, do you guys like castles? And like fortresses? Of course you do. You're geeks. You like castles, right? So, would you like a model of a castle? Well, that sounds a little bit boring. Why would you want a model of a castle? Well, maybe because the castle has legs and fucking walks and is a unit. You can deploy this. Like you can literally field this and march it across the... Fuck me, it's so cool. It's so fucking cool. So I play Cities of Sigmar now. The Cockfroth. Don't call it the Cockfroth. It's a cog fort. Me when you call it Cockfroth. Already had you at model of a castle. I know, but then put legs on it and make it fucking walk. Ah. Beside the forever it would take to finish painting, I want sponge. For context, it'll be much faster to paint with a sponge. Like I did the Baneblade. Baneblade, big model. But the big majority of the painting was done quite quickly. That said, this does have a lot of detail on it. I am getting one. I already have one. I've just not bought it yet. I'm getting one. I am getting one. I'm just... So, basically, one arrived with a battered box, and it would have had to go back to England. And I said, like, look, don't send it back to England. That's a big travel. I buy, but after payday. So yeah, so just save the logistics of sending it back and forth. Only for me to then order another one when, you know, rather than sending it all the way back to England to get repackaged in a new box to... Fuck it, I'm going to throw the box away. It's fine. Right. So mean to send things back to England. I wouldn't want to be sent back to England, so I wouldn't do that to a unit either. Said that at work the other day. I was like, someone was asking about something on the soon gone shelf, and I said about how stuff on this shelf is doomed to go back to England, which as you know is a fate worse than death. My manager's like, what the fuck? Like, fuck's sake. Mind you, you're going to have a mini for the next D&D campaign. Might be painting with me on Tuesdays. Fuck yeah. Might ask way too many dumb questions after payday. There is never such a thing as a dumb question when it comes to trying a new art. And that's what this is. It is an art in its own way. You ask me as many questions as you need. We can do like a very basic, like all the stuff that I normally just kind of do without talking about. I could do as like, or I literally teach painting for a job. Like that is literally my career. So I can show you. Yeah, Polar can help as well. Can acrylic paint work? If it's water-based, yes it can. The paints that I use are water-based acrylics. You would have to thin it down most likely, but you need to thin them a little bit anyway. We can do it together. Just point, not even wet my wet palette. All right. Never did a mini before, so we need all the basics. We can do that. We can absolutely do that. I normally There you are. First dumb mistake avoided. That was my first dumb mistake. All my minis that I learned to paint as a kid, and when I say learned, I mean taught myself, kind of just winged it. Those did not come out great. And I didn't thin my paints because I didn't know that was a thing. All right. What color do we want for the little connectors of the gas masks? These little bits here. Already got a lot of kind of steel color. I'm wondering about bronze, but a different bronze to the rest of it. Because it's a filter. It might need to be slightly different color. It might be made of different materials to be compliant. I'm feeling Hashut copper. If it doesn't work, no bother. At least we tried. Copper. Yeah, I reckon. Iron copper. Iron copper? Yeah, thinning paints does indeed make a great deal of difference. Everything just works so much easier. Yeah, that's it. We paint different things. Depends what you're painting. What is your miniature going to be, Zana? What are you going to be painting? Is this for your wizard, or is this for... That's very similar color to the tube. Not in terms of metallic, but in terms of, like, palette. That's fine. We're going to make it dirty, wash the shit out of it. Yeah. Oh, right. You call it iron when it does that. Yeah, I think we just call it oxidized. Ah, a little splatter on the coat. No. See if I can save it. I can. Excellent. To be fair, they are in trenches, so... A halfling bard. Have the Hero Forge model done, waiting for payday to buy the rights. GM will 3D print it. Pale, greyish, lightweight stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with Hero Forge. They're very good. Their miniatures are incredibly overpriced if you get them to print and paint it. But the STLs are very reasonable, like for the files. So if you've got someone that can print it for you, awesome. And yeah, we can absolutely help you out. You've gained the attention of the Polar Fox with printer talk. Ask him next Thursday. Nice. Nice. And yeah, if you want to paint along with us on Tuesday, you wouldn't be the only one to paint along with us. I know there are others that do as well. May change how you want to paint the mini. Yeah, you'll want way more primer if it's FDM. Need 3 more AI cores for the best bow. Why does the best bow need AI cores? Well, how much thinking is the bow doing? Materials, well, exactly. I mean, I would imagine if he's printing miniatures, it will probably be resin. Cool. For the little coppery bits. Yeah, I'm liking copper as the color for this. It's just going to need to be messed up a bit. I mean, it would make sense if it was oxidized because they are in the trenches. It's a mechanical boat, of course it needs them, of course. Not going on stream this first mini because your webcam shut. That's fine. You don't have to. You can just talk to us as we go. What we can do is I can get a miniature, brand new miniature along with you. I've got many that are at the brand new stage and I can paint them along with you. Yeah, they probably clean their filters, seeing as they need them to survive on their planet. Much the green would be fun. I reckon they probably take care of them too much for that. Yeah, so I will get a brand new mini and I will paint along with you. We'll start it together. I've got loads of projects that are like at the unstarted point. Maybe one of my kill team guys. Primer next step. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we can do that. No problem. I would be happy to help. I will charge you the same price that I charge people at work for my services of mini painting tutorials, which is free. We do not charge for that service. I already get paid by your sub anyway. That's true. Technically. I could finally paint my... There's an idea. Zana, we can paint D&D minis together. I've got my rogue that I've had for ages. Never printed. Never painted. Because I got him when Hero Forge did a sale. Like, the minis were so cheap. And through friendship, that's true. Listen, I love teaching people to paint. I don't mind. I would do it for free, even if you weren't paying with friendship and subs. Right, cheeky little fellas. Got his little filter on. Getting it anyway. Supporting me for what you feel like. Free. Yeah, that's true. It is. If you're already getting Prime, it is free to support your favorite streamer. Clean up your Marlies that you overpainted when I asked for your eye help. Oh, yeah. Yeah, why not? Not right now, because something went wrong. So you need to resub a payday. Oh, bless you. It's not third wheel in Polar Fox. Come along. Oh, right. If you send me exactly what Zana said, we loves you and you're always welcome. So there's only one thing that I might send you to a Warhammer store or store that sells paints for, Zana, and that would be a shade paint, just because those are so much easier to have pre-done. You said you need your own rig. Yeah, we do. We can probably get that done soon. I'm just realizing the paint stand that we have. Excuse the mess, but yeah. I forgot that the tripod wasn't up. Paint area's looking pretty swish right about now. So, and that paint stand that we've got is about the right height for a webcam. Resin is a pain to paint unprimed. So yes, you can prime it with a brush. You said you've got a balcony, right? Shade paints do come in different colors. So I would recommend to you, I take it your bard's face is out. If your bard's face is out, okay, good. You got a balcony, good, because you don't want to spray inside. And I would recommend spray priming. If it's generally going to be quite a light model, I would get a white spray paint. Black if it's quite a dark model. Or you can just go safe with a neutral kind of grey. It's not so much about changing the colour, it's about getting the model in a state that it will accept the paint better. If you have a Mr. War and Mr. Hammer shop asking for a free lesson. That's true. You can go to a Warhammer store and they will give you your first miniature for free and they will teach you to paint it. That is also an option. That is very much an option. I tend to, at the place where I work, I tend to, even if I know someone's going to buy something, I tend to make sure they do that anyway for their first time, because it gives them something to practice on so they don't ruin their lovely primary models. DM me the model. Cool. Let me have a look. Stripping paint from minis is a pain, especially if it's... Oh, she's cute! I love her already. Yeah, she's fun. All right. I would recommend 2 shade paints. Happy-go-lucky and colourful. Cool. Then you're going to want a white spray, and you're going to want 2 shade paints. Now, there are so many shade paints, you don't need to go overboard. I'm going to suggest 2. Agrax Earthshade. It's brown. It works with basically everything. It is a really, really nice all-purpose shade paint, and it will make 90% of your model absolutely fine. Reikland Flesh Shade. It's a slightly kind of reddy brown, and it makes painting faces so much better. Hold on, I'll hold them up so you can screenshot. Agrax Earthshade and Reikland Flesh Shade. When they're sold separately, you'll see they're both in a big pot like this. This one isn't sold on its own. It's a small one from a starter kit. You can tell it's been a while since I bought that because it's nearly finished. No worries. They are about... What are they each? 160 Czech crowns. So I think that's about €5 each. But they will last you a very, very long time. And they will make painting the skin for the Reichland and just everything else for the shade so much better. I mean, we're about to use a shade now, so I can even show you what they do. Material, the same color as your base material? Oh, the printing material. Okay, it's not so much about the color as much as about getting it primed. So you'll see that normally when I take a paint out of the pot, I normally take it over here and I add a little bit of water and I mix it and I do some funky stuff. The shade, we're not doing that. We take it straight out the pot, a little bit off here, and watch what it does. So you see how you've got this. Ooh, let's try and get it where it can focus. Focus. Come on, MIDI. Yeah. All right. There we go. Right. So you see how we've got this model here. And actually, the way that it looks on camera is kind of perfect. Because it... Focus. There we go. So you see how it kind of blurs into one color. You can just about, if you squint, see that there's lines on the tube. But because it's just one color and it's too small, shadow's not working on it the way that it should. Light isn't catching, so we're going to have to paint some on. So if we use a shade paint, notice that I'm taking it straight from the pot. A little bit off on the side if you want, but we're not needing to dilute it. Because it's so runny, it washes all over the model. But instead of forming a thick base color like the other paints we've used, it goes into the crevices. Creates shadow. And that makes the model pop and the details stand out. Suddenly you can see all the details on that pipe, you see? You can also then dry your brush off and use it to remove any excess. You don't want pooling. I don't want that pool in my gas mask there. So I get rid of that. And now you can see the tiny little grates in it. Because it's still shaded in there. It's just not got a huge pool. Bam. You see how much better that looks from just a shade? How much more the model is popping. You can see those shadows. You finished your Seraphim Sepia in 2 months ago and you bought it in 22. Yeah, exactly. If you want it to be not so dark, you can thin it. Exactly. Yes, you can. Or you can just apply less of it. A dry brush to wipe off excess paint. It doesn't need to be a dry brush. You just need to, well, they can be the same. Oh, sorry, no, I'm being a dumbass. Yes, dry your brush and then you can use it to wipe off excess like a sponge. Yeah, exactly. I'll show you again on this fella. This guy's got a nice big hose. I do mean that as a double entendre. So this can be like one of the last steps. There is more you can do afterwards, like with dry brushing. Dry brushing is kind of hard to teach virtually because a lot of it is about how it feels. And you'll notice whenever I'm painting, my hand gets covered in paint. That's not because I'm clumsy, it's because I'm testing dry brushing on it. I like when a guy got a big hose. Of course I do. meant when you have your mini. Of course, yeah, of course. I can show you again. I don't expect you to watch it once and then remember exactly how to do it a week later. Or whenever we do it. But because I'm showing you a little bit in advance, hopefully you'll retain some of that. Nothing else is kind of interesting, I suppose. So yeah, look at that. Suddenly, detail is popping. It's not just getting lost into one big blur of beige anymore. Already showed you that once. You asked dumb questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. I will not accept this slander. Yeah, dry brushing is difficult to teach virtually. Because like I say, a lot of it is dependent on like the feel of it. And you know, it helps to be able to literally correct people when they're just that tiny bit off. That's kind of difficult to do over a one-way video call. You are autistic enough to describe what things should feel like. That's true. Either way, dry brushing is a more, I wouldn't say advanced, but it's a technique that is extra. We're not going to be doing that on your first time. You're going to be getting bases done and maybe shades in the first session. If you're doing the whole model. And that's the thing about this hobby. There's no kind of rush. Shade paint doesn't take 10 years to dry. It dries pretty quickly. So shade paint is important, and primer, because something about so primer makes the paint stick better, and it also sets the base tone for your model. And shade is what does all of these shadows. Shade, shadows, shad. Oh, good night, Mr. Eisen. Have a snuggle. Maybe if you feel like it, dry brushing. If everything goes well enough, you know the others will want you to paint theirs as well. Right. You find dry brush essential to round off the mini. Shade paint automates with all the marker. It does. But without a dry brushing, it is still battle ready. 3 colours, one of which is a shade, and it's battle ready. It's good enough to go on the table and be serviceable at for a game. This will be your treasure. All the more reason not to rush it. It's okay if we don't get to dry brushing in the first session. I'm not saying we're not going to do it. I'm just saying we shouldn't rush to get it done straight away. I would say that's probably not great. Dry brush is an amazing payoff. And that's all the more reason we don't want to rush it. Rather than rush over like 4 techniques real fast, I'd rather we do it bit by bit. It's about having your first ever real character be on the battle maps. I totally get it. I totally get it. And I'm not saying we get it battle ready and leave it at that. The good thing about battle ready is that you can then expand on it. You get it to like a point where it's good enough. It looks decent. It's passably good. And then from there, you can build on that. That's when you start doing your dry brushing, your edge highlights, all that fun stuff. You can do that after at any point. Texture pals. Oh, yeah, you could do that. I've never used one. I like the classic. I like kitchen roll and my hand. For me, that's more than good enough. But personal preference, isn't it? Right. So if we look at this guy that's now dried. Yeah. Suddenly that's looking much better. Now, I don't necessarily mind these guys looking darker, and because I used a contrast paint, that kind of did the highlights already. So I'm actually not going to dry brush most of it. I'm going to do a few little scratches of dry brush on the copper bit, though. Just to look like it's been scratched up. Take some Storm Host Silver for that. Oh, you're talking about using a texture pad as like a demonstration to practice on it. I get you. Well, what I'm about to do dry brushing wise isn't going to be the best show because I'm going to be doing it so lightly I don't even know that the camera will pick it up. So basically I've put my paint in here, mixed it together with my brush, get a saturated brush, but then you wipe off almost all of it until... See how I'm getting that barely there residue on my hand? That's what I want. And then just kind of lightly dabbing at it. And I don't know if... Oh, it can just about pick it up. Just about. So it's doing the opposite of what a shade does. It's instead of going into the recesses with shadow, it's just highlighting the bits that come up. You can overdo it, but that's kind of why you do the hand test. I'm going to add a few to that as well. So I hadn't Storm Host Silvered the rest of them. So with Storm Host Silver, I am just doing the parts where light would hit it pretty much. Because it's such a shiny silver. So I don't know if the camera even showed that difference. Makes it just that little bit shinier. Shades of crevices, dry brushing for hilltops, so to speak. Yeah, pretty much. I think you are the only person I know that doesn't put paint on your hand, Polo. Yeah, it's really important to feel how it is. I don't know how you do so well at it without doing that. If I don't feel it, I don't know for sure that my paint's right. I'm not saying it's impossible to do it because you do it, and very well. I just don't know how you do it. You will totally dry brush, but be careful about it. Yeah, you absolutely can. And should be careful about it. You can get pretty small dry brushes. I would recommend getting a designated dry brush. And right now, this is the Warhammer color one. So this is a small dry brush. Reason is, even though we look after ours, it's looking a bit battered. Dry brushing is a rough technique, so don't use your really nice detail brush for that. If you've got a brush that has had many years of service and is on the way out anyway, that's the one. If paint is in the right system, you'll know the moment it touches the model. That's fair. I know before I get there. Your paintbrushes. Flock it. All of them mold. Good. Take your least favourite, but small enough to not make a mess all over the place. And that's going to be your dry brush. So right now I'm kind of thinking about where the light's coming from. It's coming from above for the most part. Unless I do some fun, funky stuff with the flamer guy, which I might. So I'm mostly doing the tops of things where the light would hit directly with that really shiny bit. What the fuck do you have a palette for? And that's valid. You could admit that it's an awesome thing, you just don't like the feeling of it on your skin. I'm not judging. No, I'm not judging. You do some of the best dry brushing that I have ever seen. So, look, I'm not saying, like, you're bad for not doing it on your hand. I just genuinely don't know how you do it. Because if I don't do it on my hand, I will not know if it's right or not. I can't see or feel it on a kitchen roll. I can see and feel it to get it to the right general level. But to get to the level of, like, ready to go, no. And mine also gets a few little scrapes, little kisses. It's that tiniest bit more. I'm a feeler, Mashes a see it, that's it, yeah. Oh yeah, you do have to waste the kitchen roll. I mean, I do the same, but then that looks about right. It's not perfect. Awesome, because those bits would be more silvery and scratched up, because those are the bits that are cutting into the dirt. Awesome. Probably also smell food when food is ready when cooking. What kind of witchery is that? Yeah, I don't understand. That's witchcraft. The food is ready when she tells me it is. I do not know these things. The meat thermometer. You couldn't dry brush that smooth kitchen roll. Really? The one I've got here is definitely textured. All right, I think they're looking pretty good. It's the edges now. You see. Come on, focus. There we go. See the edges of the metal chest plate? You see how shiny they look now. So that was just from that light edge highlight with the shiny silver. And it just makes them look like they are a bit banged up. It's only the edges. Regular wear and tear. I missed a little bit on his gun, and I'm not having that, especially as that is the one for the campaign, which I definitely need. Looking very pretty. There we go. Nah, man down. If it vegetable, it gets stabbed to be checked for readiness. Everything has its witchcraft, wizardry. Burn the witch. Burn the witch. All right. Okay, so I think I'm happy with those tubes. I think. Right. I'm going to try their faces now. Well, their faces, their gas masks. Some things you can stab. Generally, it doesn't. It's witchcraft. Yeah, it is witchcraft. Print me a thing palette. No, please don't print me a painting palette. I don't want it. Part of it is the feel. I won't use a painting palette. It's not about keeping my skin clean or whatever. Like, it's not about the angle. I need to feel it. So no, please don't waste plastic on a finger palette. If you want one, go for it, but I will not use it. You could, of course. You have a course. You might have a course you can cook, because you can. Ooh, noise when my arms are covered. My arms shouldn't be covered. That's just working with the stuff. That's not dry brushing. Look, I'm being a good boy. I'm putting my paints back. Yeah. I'll keep the Agrax out because we're about to use it again. And now for the grey. Okay. I'm going to try a crackhead idea. I don't know if it will work. I'm going to test it on one guy. I can cook, to be fair. Yeah. No. I won't use a palette. I need to feel it. One burner at a time, so no getting stressed with having everything ready. So, I'm English, so the meme is that I can't cook. I don't know what spices are. But remember, I was a mixologist for 6 years. I spent 6 years as a cocktail barman. Which means I can follow basic instructions. Which is essentially what cooking is. I'm going to really pull the rug now and tell you that I studied food technology at GCSE. But that's actually not good. That wasn't good for cooking. I took that class because my dad said, if you learn to cook, you'll have an easier time getting a girlfriend. And I was like, that's smart, Dad. But then I realized it wasn't really about how well you cook. It was about, like, food design in the industry and... Bleh. Don't know if Lion Pride's around at the moment, but we were both on that class together. Both made the same mistake. Oh, sorry, holding that where you can't actually see it. Okay. So, I'm using Wraithbone for the gas mask, which I suspect might be too light. But I'm thinking the Agrax might darken it to that kind of off-grey that I want. Well, I probably won't use Agrax, actually, now that I think about it. I might use... maybe watered down Nuln Oil. Or Apothecary. I might try Apothecary White, actually. Which is basically just a grey shade. Oh, sorry. I'm using Wraithbone for this one. Wraithbone. It's a cream. You can see it's like an off-white. And then I might use Apothecary White to shade it and bring it into that kind of nice grey. Let's try it. Won't know till we try it. Or Nuln Oil. Let's try both. Sod it. I'm going to try Apothecary because I've got a good feeling about it. Creamy, dirty white. Not gonna buy the colours. So this is a contrast paint, but it works more like a shade. I'll be real, it's basically a grey shade. It looks really good on light colours. Okay. That's about what I was going for, actually. Oh, come on, focus. Yeah, look at that. That's about what the look I was going for. Could get Wraithbone by mixing white, grey, and yellow. You probably could. I think it depends. It depends on how you want to paint her. Wraithbone is great for if you're doing bone, or if you want a nice cream. If you want very pale skin, it can be a good highlight. It's amazing for an unbleached skull. Yes. Positively amazing for it. I use it for all of my skulls. I used to use it for the base and the dry brush. Now I probably use something a bit darker for the base. I use like a Rakar flesh. Something like this I use as the base. Then I wash it in sepia, which is like an orangey brown shade. And then I do dry brushing of the Wraithbone over the top, which you can see it's a lot creamier. Use Wraithbone and sepia for your Tyranids. You do. That is where I got the idea for that scheme. I just changed out your base Wraithbone for Rakarth. Right. Yes. You don't need to buy a million paints. Agrax and Flesh Shade is already more than enough for your shades. You can go well overboard, but like, don't dive in for your first model. That's not necessary. Unless you're going for a very particular scheme. Like, okay, so these guys, I've got a special shade just for their coats. But that's because their coats really need a heavy shade, and anything other than green would change the color too much. Don't even know if you're going to paint more than one model. Might fall in love with it and decide that it's an amazing hobby for you. That's what I did. But yeah, you won't know till you try. Okay. What are we going to do now? I was going to do the rest of those masks, I think. Now that it's dry, am I happy? Yes, because that's basically exactly what I wanted. Slight grey. Shade looks good. Bish bash bosh. Cool. So I'm going to go in with the Wraithbone on the rest of them as well. Probably would, but it's too expensive. You already have TTRPG. Zana, have you heard of a wonderful thing called Kill Team? God, I can't help myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Although there is an orc one as well. Now I've done it. I said the O word. Not kilting, kill team. All right, well, as you asked, go on then. Very well. Kill team. 1 box. Anywhere between 5 and 11 units. This one's got 10. That's your entire army. You don't need to collect a million models. Between 5 and 11, depending on your faction. The Orc Wrecker crew, I think, has... I think they've got 8. I want to say 8 for the Orc one. There's loads of different factions that have their own. The Orc have... I think the Orcs have... definitely one, maybe two. Doesn't cost hundreds of euros. It costs about... I think it's about 30. Math. 13... Polar, what's 1340 Czech crowns in euros? That's like 40 off the top of my head. Oop, 55 euros. Okay. 55 euros. For the one I just got at least. But that is the only box you need to play a game of Kill Team. It's not like the other games where you can keep building and keep collecting and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. That one army, that one box is your entire army. If you get other boxes, it's because you want to try out other teams and other styles of combat and painting. Your whole Orc Wrecker crew is one box. So instead of like a big battle game, it's a skirmish. And I'm currently learning the rules for it because it looks really cool. Very intense and tactical gameplay. It makes my inner brainer very happy. 400 DKK. With all the painting and primer and whatnot, that's easy going to be 1,000. Danish crowns, of course. Okay. So if that's 55... Nah, you could do it for well under that. I reckon I could get you there for under €100 for everything you need to paint a kill team. And then obviously those paints would then last for other things as well. Primer is about, what, €15 if you're buying the Citadel one, which I would recommend because it is the best. Don't try and cheap out on your primer. I've made that mistake before. It's not good. Get good primer. And then I could do you under 5, definitely. Not considering it would probably be more expensive in Denmark because tax and the whatever thingy that's not quite tax. The whatever thingy that's not quite tax? That sounds bad. I hate it. Import tax. Disgusting. Daylight robbery is what I call it. All right. Bam. $25% of the cost added to it. Ugh. Horrible. Well, Zana, when you visit, you can borrow one of our kill teams and we'll do a game. Oh, VAT. Yeah. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Visit, we'll play a game. There are rules for 2v1. Sorry, 2v2 in Kill Team, I think. Or are there? I don't know, but it's definitely rules for 1v1v1. Definitely do a three-way battle. All right. He's already done. So now we're going to go over their faces with that contrast. Alright. Quick look at Warhammer. Kill teams are between 350 to 500 DKK. Okay. There you go then. How much is the Orc Wrecker crew? Because let's be real, that's the one... that's the one... What do you mean, no orcs? There's definitely an orc one. Or do you not have them on your shop, do you mean? No orcs? Danish online shop that sells Warhammer doesn't do orcs because they're money-grabbing sellouts. Someone's bitter for the orcs. Come visit. We'll do orcs. I have orcs. Oh, they've always been money-grabbing sellouts. This isn't just because of the orcs. Yeah, come here, we have orcs. Speaking of finding orcs, the place where I work has currently got... we've hidden 5 sneaky Gretchens, which are basically little orcs. They're wearing purple because they're sneaky. And we're moving them around the store for people to find. So you can fly over to find orcs. You DM'd? Who did you DM? They need an extra layer just to look really good. Not me. Roll. Hi there, the Minutemen, and thank you very much. These are my homebrew Krieg regiment. I hate myself very much, so I'm painting them in camouflage. Welcome to the chat, my friend. How's it going? Okay, whatever she sent, I guess, was good. Did you send her where to find the orcs? Doing quite good. Fantastic. Glad to hear it. Welcome to the madhouse. We are indeed all crazy here. Oh, you linked her up with the official. You linked her up with the good shit. They got a shop in Copenhagen. That doesn't surprise me. The last time I went to Copenhagen, I did not look. Because that was when I was on my long break. My long break. 420 for the minis and no point. It's still a bit much. But you can find the money once you already got some primer and shade anyway. Exactly. Like, that's the thing. Once you've got the paints to paint your D&D model, well, then you've got the paints. As long as you remember to close them. Don't do an ADHD. We've all been there. We've all done it. Don't worry. I'm not judging. But yeah, you can... You can use them for other stuff. Might as well get a wrecker crew. But bro! He's here with another gifted sub. Thank you, my gorgeous. Mwah! How are you doing, lovely? How's it going? You're doing those very often. Like, every stream for the last, like... Let's check, actually. 4. Okay. For the last 4 streams consistently, and then last week you did 5 in one go. You're a lovely man. Mwah! Thank you so much. Single-handedly supporting your Dissy. Thank you muchly. How are you doing, my friend? Your paint's already old. You might have to buy new anyway. Well, welcome to Citadel Color. We've got lots of paints. They're very small, but they're good. You are the bud that grows joy. Oh, bless you. Damn, you're number 2 now. You have usurped Contagion and Bad Wolf. Knocked him down. Contagion will notice in about 6 years and go, ah! Look at that. You're number 2. Bless you. Thank you very much. Are indeed the bud that grows joy. Right, what was I doing? Apart from getting very easily distracted. Right. We're going to paint their bags, because for some reason I left their bags. I think it's because I was like, I'll do the coat first, and then I just started picking out random bits and going all the way with it. This isn't a good way to do it. You should do all your basing first. But I just got excited to get the camouflage done. Look! Camo! That's right, you can't see it. Bags. I love this guy. What he's got in his bag. Look, he's got like a cable reel, presumably for setting like detonators or whatever. Drip check. I'm not wearing my drippiest today. But I'll give you a drip check. I'm not the most drippy. What am I wearing? I am wearing my good little meme shirt. My brain's ran into a problem and needs to restart, you see. It's going to take a while. We're still at 0%. Have been all day. I am wearing my very, very pretty painting trousers. They're not my usual sexy tight jeans, but it doesn't matter if I get paint on them, so that's good. And I'm wearing socks. Sorry, Eisen. This one's got blue bits on it. This one, at a glance, might look like I'm matching, until you realise it's actually like an off-green, not a blue. We are living on the adventurer side today. Wish that shirt wasn't so tight, or you'd go match me. Aww. Here you go, there's your cheeky little drip check. And what else do you use your points on? Got to hear the little text. Yes. Yeah. I think this was the first time we got matching t-shirts. So we're like, that's dumb, don't do it. And then I'm like, hey, look, broken brains. All right, I'm going to do the crowbar would be good, but it's also one of the top bits. I might just paint the whole shebang in like a light brown and then pick out details. Paint the whole thing in like a Steel Legion. Tamagotchi sip. Eh. You got matching t-shirts. I'm with stupid. So am I. Where's stupid? We've lost him. Not seen him since the Great War. The Great Warg. Oh, did you guys hear about the results of Armageddon? Very unexpected. We had a tie. Which I don't know what that means for next. I don't know how they're going to resolve this. I guess they're going to stay locked on Armageddon for a while. Actually, as the goal is just to get this painted quickly, it's already a nice white. I could use one of my nice new contrasts. You've been wondering about something. When will I Mega Bonk? I would be down for some Mega Bonk, actually. How long would you say I need for a session of it? Couple hours? I was thinking I could try it when I'm finished Pragmata. Which I think I'm probably over halfway through now. Just paint all of it. Fuck it. Pick out the details after. I don't know if that's a big water bottle or a mine. A mine. Nah, fuck it. These guys are already white. Let's just cheat and use a contrast paint. I had a drink. Oh, wait. The exercise is to run, give you a bedtime snuggle. All right, guys. I've just been challenged. Armageddon. I will explain Armageddon as soon as I get back. Give me 2 seconds. Your head was on only one use of Mega Bonk. Mega Bonk! Give me 2 seconds. I've been given an exercise time, which is to run to the other room as fast as I can. Give Polar Fox a snuggle. Which probably means she's going to bed. Bonk! Go to horny jail. To know the game, when you've got a couple of unlocks left in the character, you can really start bonking. Bonk! Alright. Once I'm finished Pragmata, maybe that'll be my next game then. I've heard really good things about it. It looks really good. And a lovely man bought it for me, so I should bonk. Right, I'm going to do my exercise time, which is running snuggle, and then we do more. Right. Oh, yeah, she did indeed hurt her wrist because of it. It's very true. And then the man flew away, never to be seen again. I'm back, baby. Don't worry. I'm back. I'm back. Don't you worry, none. Horny gel did not help. Only made it so you cannot get it off your mind. Oh, no. Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to try my new contrast, Wildwood. It's like a really dark brown. Got this a little while back. I've wanted to try it out. I think that's for a... I'm going to say it's for a landmine, rather than a giant water bottle, most likely. It's your job to goon over Dizzy. You can all goon over me. Might have maybe overused your wrist typing here, it seems to be. Oh, bless you. Don't hurt yourself. I need my cultists to be intact. If you guys hurt yourselves, you can't work. And if you can't work, you can't keep your Amazon subscriptions, which means your cult leader goes hungry. Because he doesn't get free Prime subs anymore. So I need you guys to stay intact. Look after yourselves. Don't break your wrists gooning. That's a thing now. Okay, I really like Wildwood. That is just a really nice, easy, dark leather effect. Not enough. Not a lot, just enough you can feel it. You have the only existing bit of body pillow of her, though. So it's your job to goon over this. That's true, you do. Doesn't hurt, just when you feel it, you do some bad moves. I've been so happy that it was pretty well supported. Oh, bless you. I think I'm going to do the boots in Wildwood as well. Because I like the light, like snakeskin leather that I used first time. But not so much for these guys. I'm definitely going to use that for my desert guys. But Wildwood for the darker leather. Yeah, I've only kind of more recently got into like heavy experimentation with contrast paints, but I'm really liking them. Just good dark leather color. And time for Megabonks to upon us. Signal you and you'll join communication with the magic of Discord. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll be more than happy to play with you. Has he got co-op, right? Oh, it's late. You're going to sleep and let your wrist rest as well. Tomorrow you can play. Yay! Sleep well, Zana. Have a snuggle. You look after yourself. I will see you later on. Oh, I love contrast paints. So easy. Easy and quick. Like, obviously I'm not afraid of painstakingly slow processes. I painted camouflage on these guys after all. But things that can speed up the easy parts, why not? Ooh, I forgot his bag. Oh, I'd already done his bag. Yeah, he's all right then. His is more like a gas burner. Yeah, I like that he's got the flamethrower and the, like, welding torch. It doesn't have multiplayer. Oh. We'll figure something out. That will work for the stick grenades. Bam! Awesome. And yeah. Note to self, definitely use snakebite leather for the boots, but only for my desert guys. It's like, if you look at the boot that I've not done yet, it looks great, but it's far too late for this. For my desert troopers, hell yeah. Got to this fella's boobs. Boots. Zana left some of her degeneracy here with us. How long am I planning on streaming tonight? About another hour, just so that I can be up in time for work. My evening streams are normally about 3 hours long. Like my after work evenings. So yeah, another hour or so. Thursday will be the same time. I'm going to be doodling. We're going to have an art stream. Because I got some absolutely amazing art drawn for me in the art fight. So I need to return fire. About an... Oh no, proceeds to do 3 more. Mona Dissy one is so amazing. It is. They're so cute. I love it so hard. So yeah, they both really deserve an awesome follow-up. OTP, yeah, that's so cute. Yay. That's the basic bags all done. To find someone super cool on Instagram doing art fight, if you need suggestions on attacks once you've done counter stacking, send me a link to him. Leave me with a hydrate. Hopefully you'll be back next stream. Say hello. Oh, bless you. But bro, I drink to your health, sir. I wish you a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you once again for the gift sub. And I will see you later on, my friend. All right. Okay. It's immediately looking better. So I think, looking at the top of this, he's got a battery. I think that's a battery built into his backpack. That's really cool. So let's get some metallics on him. Oh, I never put it away. It's here. So painting these kind of wire cutters on his back. Not sure what these like sticks are that he's got carrying around. Right. Bam. Okay. He's got his little wire cutters, bolt cutters. Some rope by the looks of it. There we go. This guy's got a pickaxe. kind of already, like, I'm not sure what my process was here. I've already, like, painted, shaded, dry brushed the grenades, but hadn't done anything on the bag or pickaxe. I'm not sure what the process was here. I don't know what I was thinking. It would be nice to get these guys finished today, though. Don't know if we will. I think we'll get pretty close. And that would be cool. Yes, Queen. Like, imagine finally finishing a squad of Kriegers. Insane behavior. Okay. Yeah, he's got his little mine or whatever it is. After 4 years, finally, a squad of Krieg. Yeah. Actually, there might be petrol tanks. They've got lids on the top, that looks like. Yeah, he's got a jerry can. It's a jerry can. Excellent. David can't carry a lot of petrol to the battlefield, but my mate Jerry can. That was bad, and I do indeed feel bad. It's been a while since we started this. And I never did finish a squad of Krieg until hopefully soon. All right. Cheeky little... Yeah, I guess he's got all the fuel or something. Bit strange that I made the decision to have the guy carrying the fuel being the sergeant, but maybe he doesn't trust anyone else. Actually, that does fit for the whole Krieg thing as well, because he's like, oh, I'm a Krieger. It's my duty to suffer. I must carry the things. All right. Got his little cutters. We get his little crowbar as well. Right. Sorry, I hyper-focused on this crowbar there. Meant I was dead to the world. He's getting there. It's a lot of silver the same tone, but I'm gonna fix that. I don't think I'm quite going to finish it today. But there is a good chance that they'll be finished by next week. Like, we'll come to do mini stream and I'll be like, I've already finished them. There is a good chance of it. Actually, no, because I'm working on Kill Team off stream. Probably not then. Still, we've made some really good progress on them today, and I'm happy. Okay. Fine for the base layer. So is he? Already done him. Ah, yes, Mr. Blowtorch guy. Gonna do this whole thing in metal. But then put like contrast over bits of it. Right. Yeah, this guy's got so many tanks of fuel on him. If he dies, he would go up in like an inferno. He's got the tank on the flamer, the spare tank on his belt. Then he's got the gas for the burner. His welding torch. My man's an accident waiting to happen. Okay. All right. Yep. That currently just looks like an awful lot of silver, but we're gonna weather it, change bits of it, whack contrast over it. Wacky fun. Yay. Right. Okie dokie. Immediately seeing a bit I missed on the... boom. There we go. That's better. Right, we're going to do that other bit. Copper. Ashrock copper. Right. He's got his little lever done in copper. So give him his pickaxe handle and copper as well. All right. Bam. His pickaxe done. Then we can shade it. For these bits are do them in bronze as well, just they stand out. I don't know why he's carrying a load of bronze rods around with him. Yay. Bronze rods. Not sure what he's got them for. Don't know what they do. But they look cool. My boy Hans here. Yeah. There's a little dial here. Can probably be bronze as well. It's got a little pressure gauge. Might be a pressure gauge. Might be a capacity meter. Whatever it is, it's cool. It's getting a bronze highlight. Oh. Right, let's get a wash on these. Nice shade paint. Over all the metally bits. Yeah, it looks very trench worn, his bag. We'll jazz it up again with a bit of dry brushing. The remote control dude is looking like one of the better ones at this point. Oh. Oh, thank goodness my shade paint is nearly finished. That would have been a disaster. Definitely getting late, and I'm getting tired, as shown by the fact that I'm not talking so much anymore. Sorry, friends. I wonder if I should do that with the same beige that I did everything else with, the contrast, actually. That would make sense. Although, would it be? You wouldn't necessarily want to mix up your gas mask air hose and your fuel hose for your flamethrower. You probably want those different colours just in case, you know. Mad idea. Let's do that just red. I feel like the Flesh Terror's red might actually be really good for that. Yeah. Red for danger. Or in this case, pyro. Also got a little bit on his jacket. All right. Okay. Yeah, he's got his bright red danger hose so that he doesn't mix it up with his pale beige breathing hose. You don't want to mix those up. You don't want to mix the breathing and the... and the Prometheum lines. Bam. Just realised there's a paint that I don't have that we should have. You were lost in the wash. Hello, my friend. Oh, I hope you got found after you were lost in the wash. Yeah, he's got his little fuel tank ready. This guy decided to be extra pyro. He's got a flamethrower, but he's also got the welding kit on his back. Because why not? It makes sense, right? I know they say don't put all your eggs in one basket. But if your eggs are liable to explode, then yes, you should really put them all in one basket. Because you don't want a chain reaction going through your squad. And also, it's just really amusing that there's just one guy who's got all the fire. World War II vibes for you. Exactly. Like, and also, with how this is mounted on him, he is at the very least going to need someone to help, like, take that off him. Ideally, probably a second person to hold it and use it. So we can do multiple pyro people if someone uses that while he's simultaneously flaming. That's the logic behind it. Maybe. You question who's monitoring your egg basket behaviors. It's a good question. In the modern age, you can't do anything. He's a walking F1 pit stop. Oh my god, yes, he is. I was just going to call him Hans, but maybe I should name him after, like, Formula 1 driver now. My Krieg wear German camo, so you can kind of see. Camera sort of picks it up. So, I don't know, are there any German Formula 1 drivers with a cool name? I'm a little bit behind on my F1. I've not watched it for a while. The Hans device. Is there a Hans device? What's the Hans device? I've not watched F1 in a... It used to be on a lot when I was a kid. My dad used to watch it. Still does, I think. There's a Hans. All right. Protects the head. Oh! Oh, is that the halo? Like the halo that goes around the top of the cockpit. Halo separate. Oh, okay. Pyro Hulkenberg. That actually sounds really good. Hulkenberg. Ja. Hulkenberg ist angekommen. Yes, look at him. He's nearly done. He's actually probably going to be the one that... You know what? I'm pretty sure he still races. Awesome. This might be the one that we call done today. There's not much left to him. I need to do the gloves. Let's do gloves next. I think he's going to get frustratingly close to finished, and then I'll have to call it a night, but we'll see. Right, what colours have I not done? So I want to break up the model a bit. Probably Death World Forest would be good for the gloves. It's still green. But it's not a green that I've already used. Just want to be dark, call him Groyin, after a racer that walked out the flames alive. That sounds badass. Did he survive the accident? If he walked out the flames alive and stayed alive, then I feel that's an acceptable level of... I think I've seen it. He did. Okay, then it's fine. If he died in it, then it would have been really poor taste. But if he survived, it's fine. Alright. So, how are you doing, my friend, on this fine evening? His whole car immolated and he just got out in time. Oh. Yeah, you know, I think I've seen that clip. From way back. I remember watching it with my dad. I don't remember if it was a rerun or if it was live. But I remember him like stating like how lucky this guy was to be alive. Wish You Were Here album cover all over again. $2020. Oh. More recent than I thought. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of like when I was a kid. So, I'm now curious, as you've rocked up to a Warhammer painting stream, do you have a army or a collection of your own? You're all kids during COVID. Just grew very old randomly after. Yeah, that's true. COVID fucked with time. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Time has not been the same since COVID. You have zero involvement in Warhammer. Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, happy to have you here regardless. Even more happy in that case. How did you find your way here? Did I just pop up as like, you might like this guy? I'm just genuinely curious. British tag. Oh, of course. Are you a fellow sufferer? Must have smelt Nurgle. Yeah. Love a bit of Nurg. You're the ultimate sufferer. You're a Midlander. Oh, my condolences, friend. It's not your fault. You didn't ask for this. It's okay. Yeah, I escaped myself. I escaped to Europe. Very much recommend. I moved last year. You didn't ask for this, and still you removed your regional accent. Oh. What region's that, if you don't mind me asking? Obviously, don't be too specific. Don't dox yourself. You do have a new Prime Minister again. You are getting through them faster than Doctor Who's, which is impressive. East Midlands, the better side. Nice, nice. I would agree with that. I've been to the East Midlands. Probably won't surprise you from my accent that I'm a southern boy. Well, was a southern boy, I suppose. Of Mr. Manchester himself, Andy Burnham now. I hadn't even heard of this fella. Honestly, I hadn't heard of most of the recent batch, because again, they're getting through them so fast. Who can keep track of them? If you're a southerner, then you're just a mere northerner. Yeah, anything north of me is north. I mean, technically, I'm even more south now. I moved right and down, I did. North of the Watford Gap, and it's considered Scotland. You are not wrong. So I am originally from north-ish of London, not much. And I spent 9 years before I moved away living in the southwest. Like, lovely area. And my work friends teased me for being a northerner, because they said anything north of London is north. I'm like, are you having a fucking giggle? Irony, you come from where DNA fingerprinting is from, and yet people still disregard your region. Oh. That's rude of them. Alright. Come on, Hans. Let's give you... your little gloves. I'm amused that I thought it was a misprint at first, or like a mismold, but I realized it wasn't. The left hand, the one that holds the foregrip, doesn't have fingers. It's because he's wearing a big heat-proof oven mitten. They've given my man an oven glove so that he doesn't burn himself on his flamethrower. I thought it was malformed at first, but actually, I think it's deliberate. Same thing was meeting the families of the victims of the crime that led to it, given you were born years after the crime occurred. That's mad. You've met some of those people. For the oven mitten gods. At a car boot sale. It's always at a booty. signed their petition to block the release of the criminal. Ah. Okay. I hope it went through. Right. He's got his little gloves on. Out for 1 month. The last nearly 40 years. Paroled a couple of years back and broke it in under a day. Good. That's fantastic. That's a really good sign that he's changed as a person. And that the system's done what it was supposed to for him. For sure. Kind of an achievement to break it. Yeah, to be fair. That's like Jean Valjean levels of just, yep. Get parole. Bye. One is 2 lives. Jail or oven-mitten pyrotechnic craziness. Yeah, no worries. I will see you after the ad. They do suck, but unfortunately they are necessary to support your cult leader. That's me. Don't need to worry about it being a cult because it's a nice cult. You know it's a nice cult because I'm honest and upfront about the fact that it's a cult. I don't need to lie to you. I don't need to be like, oh, it's an alternative spiritual experience. Nah, it's a cult. Welcome. Out of the ads, nice. Welcome back. Twitch got jealous that you have 2 oven mitts. How dare it. I mean, I can understand his jealousy. I'm jealous. Oh. God damn it. How is it already midnight? I don't want it to be. I normally finish at midnight. Because I have to be up for my real job at 8 o'clock. Which is remarkably similar to what I'm doing right now. Somewhere along the way, you know that the oven mitt would be some sort of weapon in WoW. Oh, no doubt. If it isn't already. Oh. Done did me a frighten. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome to the cult. We are sadly drawing towards the end of our stream today, but we stream. Oh, I've got to hydrate. That's a good shout, actually. I've got some water to finish. Right, it's not water. It's sparkle fruit juice thing. Soda, that's the word. Not to be confused with my paint water. We're not doing that again. Let's do a little hydrate. So yeah, welcome to the cult. We stream every Tuesday and Thursday about 8 o'clock British time. And then whatever day off, I work in retail. So whatever day... whatever day I've got off that week, there will be one longer stream as well. Sometimes it's the same as the Tuesday, Thursday. Sometimes it's different. This week it's going to be Sunday. It's not your fault you're wearing your murder oven mittens. Vimto, but more southern. Sure. Soda stream. Two cheeky little Tamagotchi sips. All right. Posh. It's not posh. SodaStream is cheaper and more economical. It's my poverty soda. SodaStream is a synonym for tax avoidance. Ain't no council pub. That's unhinged and I love it. SodaStream is a synonym for tax avoidance. I would go to this, Ted. You're going to call the Rosas? No. Please. They'll revoke my visa. Oh, impeccable. Yeah, you're my kind of fun. Please, please stick around and hop in whenever you're around. We've also got a Discord if you're on there. The link is below the stream. Oh, that's fun. Ah, these guys, like, on the one hand, I could say, they're so nearly done. Let's just do another little bit. But the problem is, they're not. I know how intricate these models are. They're not nearly done. Not even close. Space Marines drink SodaStream Nurgaloos. That's why they're so angry. It makes sense. I'd be angry too if I had to drink that, to be fair. I can't even blame them. Alright. One thing I do want to do. I'm going to stay up a little bit later because I'm enjoying chatting with you. I should be going to bed. I'm going to stay a little bit later. I'm 7 from 300. Hmm? From 300 what? Oh, follow 293. Damn. Oh, we should do something for 300. We should definitely do something for it. But what? 294, depending on if it updated. Yeah, you never know with Twitch. There we go. That's better. That's the Corax white I know and love. A little bit less liquidy. So I'm going to do their eyes. Do you want those in white so they really shine when we put a contrast over them? Holy shit, it's not a pirate, it's a SodaStream Marine. A Warhammer Tory. Wait, why are Tories and SodaStream synonymous now? What is this? What is this theory? I mean, it's completely unhinged, but apart from that, what is it? I love that, by the way. Unhinged, way more fun. Ah, well. We're replacing this mat soon anyway. You don't see no Tories drinking Asda own brand Dandelion and Burdock. Oh, yum, yum. I also don't see no Tories taking the time to make their own soft drink. Because these guys have, of course, got to have... That's why they employ soda streams. What, like people specifically to just operate their soda streams? So they're doing tax avoidance by hiring people to operate their soda streams for them, so they don't have to pay the VAT on like the 60 pence bottle of Tesco's own Dandelion and Burdock. If that's the theory, I'm subscribing to it. Yeah, eyes are popping. Kind of see. They block the sewers so they can feel richer with soda streams. Shit. You're right. If Henry VIII was alive right now, he'd be attached at the hip to Dr. Pepper soda stream. God, he would have speedrun that, them illnesses that he had. What was it that Henry had? It was gangrene, wasn't it? I feel like it was gangrene. All right. Yeah, eyes looking good. Yeah, that's dried okay. I wasn't sure about them, but they've dried all right. He thought he had Ganondorf. All right. Fuck it, I'm happy enough with that. Let's get some contrast paint on them. Forgetting my own paint system. Trying to get better at putting the colours back as I use them. Not amazingly. You certainly didn't have a link with his wives. No. No. Only to the soda stream. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I have to get better at putting them away. Otherwise, I'm not allowed to tell Polar Fox off for not putting them away. I have to lead by example. If you put contrast paint with those dark colours now, turn to rainbow defecating unicorns. Yeah. Polar Fox, put your face away from... Actually, to be fair, she's actually been better at it than me. I made a point of like, right, now we've got the paint rack. Oh, I'll show you our paint rack. It's quite pretty. Paint. Yeah. And I was like, meh. We must go full crackdown on making it pretty. And then I the next day left like a single paint out. It was just the one, but it was enough. And she's like, bruh. I'm like, yeah. All right. Do a cheeky bit of Imperial Fist on the eyes. I love that glowing gas mask, guys. Can't go to war, Mum. I left my one paint at home. Yeah. That's where they got you. Yeah. The yellow eyes pop. The question is the camera going to show it? Oh, we could force it to. Emergency transfer sheet to the rescue. Maybe. Can I change the camera on this? Oh. Kind of, actually. Hey! Didn't realize I could do that. There you go. Yellow eyes, more good. Oh, God, I didn't realize I could... Oh, wow. Focused on the eyes when I looked away. Did it? Of course it did. Why is Amazon/Twitch trying to sell you energy? What kind of energy? Oh, I didn't realize I could zoom in like this. Wow, you can even see the camo zoomed in this much. All right. Okay, this is my new thing. Octopus energy. Oh, I know those. I got Toy Storied? Oh, right, because it worked only when I wasn't looking. Yep. Just reminded me of a funny joke, but it's not particularly Twitch safe. So I better not. This guy looks particularly grumpy. He's like, man, let me drive my remote-controlled mine in peace. This painting saves your mind from the horrors of Shrek 5. I never saw Shrek 5. I saw Shrek the Third. On a school trip. It was on the bus. On the way to Spain. And it was like... even at a young age, I was like, So they made a CGI foobar after 25 years. Shrek 5 is new. Oh, okay. Unreleased. Okay. Alright, this is the golden boy. This is Hans. So it's very important that he looks fabulous. You're as old as Shrek 1. I think I am older, but not by much. I was young when it came out. It came out and I feel my sister was around and able to be of communicating. Hans, short for Hans me your bread for toast. Yeah, 2001. Oh, okay, yeah, so I am... math. 7 years older than Shrek. It's the part where you say, you don't look it, Dizzy, you look very young. And I go, oh, shucks, thanks, stop it, stop it. It's focusing on the Kriegers behind him, isn't it? There he is. Oh, contrast good for that. Yo, Ty! Only 7, I'm afraid, yeah. I don't look a day over Shrek 2. Is this how we're measuring time now? You don't look a day over Shrek 2. Definitely take that. Very much. Now, I may do some glow on these eyes at some point. That man's going to have arthritis standing in that position so long. He is on one leg as well. So this one is the most important one of them all. Because this guy is going to be the placeholder for my, like the picture for my Dark Heresy character. Which is basically, think Dungeons and Dragons, but Warhammer. And this is my fella. He's nearly finished. Now, because I want their eyes to really pop, I'm going to go back for a second layer. How are you doing anyway, Ty? What's going on? Decided to stay up a little bit later than I'm supposed to. I tell you, D&D isn't Warhammer. Well, definitely overlap. They both have awesome figures. Actually, no, you know what? No, they don't. Warhammer has awesome figures. You can use them in D&D. D&D figures are kind of jank. Especially their recent releases. I mean, we all saw the Baldur's Gate ones. Been sold a lie. Yeah, I know. You're chilling with some Power World. Nice. How are you liking the new release? Hans me the bread to make some toast. God damn it, you've ruined Hans for me. D&D doesn't have SodaStream. That's true. Want a refund? Bought Power World and still no friends here. Aww. Oh, that's really sad. Yeah, bright yellow. Can't really say much. You've not gotten far. Fair. Ghost Guns! Hey, buddy. Even though you're level 55. I'm glad I stayed a little bit later. Not only have I had a nice chat with our new friend, but I got to see both of you two. I was going to finish about half an hour ago, but I was like, nah, you know what? I'm having fun. I'll go for a little bit later. Hydrate. I've still got a little bit of drink left. Oh, come on. Automud, come on. He's allowed to call me gay. Because it's at least half true. Alright. Lucky you, lucky me, Ghost Guns. How's it going? Do my little hydrate, feed you Tamagotchi. My Tory tax evading soda stream. Absolutely unhinged. Yeah, I thought I hadn't seen you in a hot second, Ghost. How's things going? What's new with you? We've been painting up some Kriegers today. These little fellas. Squad of 5. Almost ready to go. I need to base them. And they're not 100% finished. Working now on setting up your own iRacing stream. iRacing? Ooh, fun. You have the soda, you have to stream, it all comes full circle. Shit. You're right. Hold on. Hold on. Allow that. Alright. If you don't want to bass them, you can always just guitar them instead. No, I love bassing. Bassing's great. I make them look like they're in a trench. Got 2 boxes for those fuckers. Oh, with sorry, it's getting late. 2 boxes of Krieg combat engineers, is it? Complete with remote controlled mine. Which I also did in a camouflage pattern because, as previously mentioned, I hate myself. But camouflage, but also battered metal. All the pain of camouflage with extra self-hatred. You smell trench foot on the horizon. The release box and the Battle Force box. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I got the big, pretty Krieg box. That's what these guys are from. And then I've also got the battalion. Gives you mechanized frog vibes. I love it. So Maya, Polar Fox, said that it reminds her of an explosive, like, electric vacuum cleaner. You know, like the robot vacuums that do the hoovering on their own. And that's when I realized, so it's a Roomba that blows up. A Boomba, if you will. And I think that's going to be its name now. I might go as far as writing Boomba on it. A frog with RPG baguettes. So, a frog that's been playing Expedition 33. Damn, I love that game. I want to play it again. I love that game so much. Roomba. A Rubom. Yeah. Right. I've just noticed something and I don't like it. Gaily man. The antenna should definitely be a bronze, not a silver. And I found a really cool way to do a cool bronze. Dry brush your metals as usual, and then just whack Gulliman flesh contrast over it. My lovely friend at work taught me this. Bam. Bronze. Needs 2 layers. You'll be racing streams tomorrow, hopefully. Nice. If I can, I will stop by. Hans needs Marmite. Made your own team livery. Cool. So what are these racing streams going to be exactly? What are you playing? Making a library of parts, arts and crafts? Of course. Show. We've got a arts and crafts channel on the Discord. Put it in there. As long as it's you making it, it's creative. iRacing. Practice for 6-hour Road America. Cool. I don't know what iRacing is, but it sounds awesome. Yeah, look at that. It's now bronze, just with a little bit of Gulliman flesh over it. It looks kind of... yeah, slightly kind of tattered bronze, which I love. There you go. Go back to master. Yeah. They're looking all right. The fellas. The boys. The squad. Yeah, absolutely. Show it off in the Discord, my friend. We'd love to see it. Alright, am I done? It is midnight. I do have to wake up in the morning and then go to work. I would love to get these guys finished, but it's at least another 2 hours of painting if I'm going to be real with myself. So I will try and have these guys done by next week. Realistically, I won't, because I'll probably get distracted with these guys instead, because I play Kill Team now. Well, I'm learning. Yay, Kill Team. So I'm building some Cadians while Polar is building some of... these guys. Meh. She's playing Raveners. So, I imagine anything I do off stream will be Kill Team related. And then next Tuesday we'll probably finish these guys off. They're in. You posted them? Let's have a look. Yeah, the Raveners are fun. Alright. Arts and crafts. Ooh, fun! That's cool. I just realized no one else can see this. There we go. Yeah. That's fun. Nice. Yeah. We've not died 15 times today. I've just not needed that. All right, my friends. I think it's probably time for me to hit the hay because I'm at that point where I'm not going to be productive anyway. So I will say thank you very, very much for joining me. Friends old and new. Ghost, it was lovely to see you again. It's been a hot second. I'm glad you're doing well. Excited for your racing. I will try and swing by tomorrow if you're still going when I get home from work. And it was lovely to meet you, Wash. And lovely to have everyone else along as well. It's been an absolute pleasure. If you're not already in the Discord, there is a link below the stream. It will take you there. There's extra shenanigans, extra memes, and we also post the schedules on there. Same for my Instagram. Link is also below the stream. You can find it via my the one about following me on all the things. It will take you to my link tree. Got all the stuff on there. We are going to be back again on Thursday, same time that we were today, 0900 Central European. That's 8 o'clock Limey time. We are going to be doing a doodle stream. We're going to be drawing for Art Fight. I've had a few people attack me, which means I have to counterattack. So that's how it works. We're going to do some drawing. And then on Sunday, we're going to be doing a long stream starting at 1500 Central European, 1400 British. We're going to be doing some Pragmata. We're going to be doing some Power World, hopefully. We are going to be doing some Mecha Chameleon. So lots of silly fun, mostly at my expense. And because there's a bunch of you still here, we're going to do a little raid. Oh, wow. Awesome. No, I've just seen that I've got a... Oh, cool. I went to press raid, and Twitch is all like, hey, you know, you can clip stuff by saying it. That's awesome. Cool. All right. Saturday 6-hour race starting at 9 Amsterdam time. All right. Saturday, I'm going to be working. I start work at 10. If I've got time, I can swing by for the start of it from my phone, maybe. All right. Who's currently going from my friends list? Let's see who is going. Techavor's just started. Awesome. Let's give Techavor some love. I've not seen him in a hot second. So we'll give him a raid, give him some love. And I will see you beautiful people on the next one. Thank you so much for the fun, my friends. Until the next time, take it easy. Dizzy out.